When you get to Asuogyaman, to our surprise, there is a police station in Asuogyaman where the whole police station, the total number is 1. Only one person is captured on the register. That is the police station with the code E011303 by name International School Akosomo. Only one person. And is this not ridiculous? And when we say this, they will come and throw tantrum to us, on us, telling us and referring us in 2016 that the list in 2016, the register in 2016 contained trees and animals. Ladies and gentlemen, the very person who granted that interview was the director of elections during 2016. So he's rather undermining and indicting himself and the institution. Probably he thinks he's rather trying to expose the NDC. But the 2016 register was not, put together by the new Patriotic Party, the new Democratic Congress. The National Democratic Congress, sorry. It was put together by the Electoral Commission. What are we demanding for? Ladies and gentlemen, the total number of special voters. Now let's enter into the difference between special voters and how they've been able to illegally transfer voters from their mother police station to areas that they are not even aware. In Lower Manyakrobo, the total number on the special voters list, as it stands, is 642. But the total number on the absentee list is 3,860. The current register contains 640 special voters. On the absentee list, 3,860 voters are in the Lower Manya register, telling us that a whooping number of about 3,218 voters have been illegally transferred from Lower Manya Krobo without their knowledge, without their notice. So on the election day, one may go to the constituency, go to his or her police station, decide to go and vote, but they will go through the list and his or her name will not be found. In Nkoko, the same in Nkoko, that they illegally transferred 2,000 plus votes, they have decided to illegally transfer 2,240 voters outside. They've taken 2,240 voters out of the Nkoko register. It means that on the election day, 2,240 voters will not be able to vote in Nkoko because their names will not be captured in the various police stations. In Samoma Duejiri, 1,126 names have been captured on the special voters list. However, the EC has been able to illegally transfer 2,826 voters from the Nsawam list. So when you take the Nsawam register, when you go to the absentee list, you realize that 2,826 voters have been taken out of the register. Therefore, these people will not be able to vote on the election day. So that is the wicked aspect of what we are discussing currently. And this is a recipe for chaos. I have a table here, well elaborate. When I'm done, I will give it to you, ladies and gentlemen, to go through yourself. Voter register, that is the 2020 register, plus the 2023 limited registration, plus 2024 limited registration, plus 2024 transfer. For instance, Upper Manakrobo, they have a shortfall of 793 voters on the register. Because when you add the 2020 figure to the 2023 limited registration and the 2024 limited registration with the transfer, we have 43,096. But currently, the register contains 42,303 voters, telling us that 793 voters have been taken out of the register simply because they think when they do that, they can win Upper Manyakrobo seats. On proxy, at the end of the proxy window, Achiase never captured a single proxy. When you go to Achiase, at the office during the registration period, the transfer period, and the proxy period, we ended the program or the activity without a single proxy. But the following individuals have been, their names have been captured in the register as proxy voters. How did it happen? Who took them to the list? And we know they want to ensure that their people, their members, their sympathizers, though disappointed, who will not be able to vote on the election day, somebody should be able to vote for them. A name like Abania, whose police station number is E180101, is captured as a proxy voter. Deborah Elizabeth, on the same police station E180101, has also been captured as a proxy voter. When you go to a police station with a code of 180305, Alban Danny has been captured as a proxy voter. Dede Comfort has also been captured as a proxy voter. When you go to Presby JHS Achiase 1 with a police station code E180205, Abankwa Michael Ajay has been captured as a proxy voter. Asante Sylvia has also been captured as a proxy voter. Deborah Emmanuel has been captured as a proxy voter. Zachary Habiba has been captured as a proxy voter. Dede Grace has been captured as a proxy voter. Yebua Ya has been captured as a proxy voter. Asantua Charlotte has been captured as a proxy voter. Mate Agnes has been captured as a proxy voter. Mauli Priscilla has been captured as a proxy voter. Zonu Patricia has been captured as a proxy voter, and the list continues.
Evidence we have given to the EC is not a product of the exhibition. Exhibition does not discover such large-scale voter manipulation fraud. No exhibition does that. The Electoral Commission and the MPP itself, they know that less than 50% of people visit polling centers to check their names during the exhibition. They know that majority of Ghanaians do not take part in exhibition. But the fact that somebody goes to the polling station or somebody does not go to the polling station to check his name or her name does not mean that on election day that person should be disenfranchised. So that defense that exhibition has been done and that the errors that were discovered will be corrected through that process is flawed. You know, that argument is flawed. What exhibition does is to correct minor missing names, you know, people whose names are wrongly spelled, you know, minor issues, and then they fill inclusion, they fill as people you feel that they shouldn't be on the form, you fill exclusion forms. But we are talking about voter transfer fraud. Exhibition won't correct that. Voter transfer fraud of this magnitude. There are people, for example, whose names have been transferred to Nkoko without their consent. People's names have been transferred from Lower Menya without their consent. This cannot be through exhibition. It is through an audit like the one we have done. That is the only way you can uncover such fraud. And you, the institution that has committed such fraud, cannot be the same person saying you have corrected your fraud. What is the assurance that you have done those corrections? There's no assurance. That is the reason why we are calling for an independent audit. Your reps are there, political parties reps are there, EC's rep is there, then specialists, people, independent auditors who understand the process will also be there. We all look through. If we are just blowing hot and cold, if we are just saying things to heat the political climate, then the whole thing will be uncovered for all of us to see. But we are progressive people. We want a credible register by the 7th of December. That is the reason why we are saying that there must be independent audit. For example, Electoral Commission, we know that proxy is allowed in our elections. If you are unable, you think you will not be able to vote on election day, you can ask somebody to vote for you or to vote on your behalf, and that is what we call proxy. Electoral Commission gave a period, a window for people of that circumstance to apply for proxies. We took the data on proxies. For example, in Achiase constituency, at the end of the day, there was no single person that applied for proxy. Then you bring us a long list of people who are supposed to vote as proxy voters. At what point in time did those people apply for proxy? And we have followed up. Some of the people who had applied for proxies are people who are not even in the country. They traveled long before the proxy period was opened. So at what point in time did those people come into the country, enter Electoral Commission's office and apply for those proxies? This is clear proxy fraud. The MPP and the EC knows they are losing. So they are looking for people who are in the register who for whatever reason will never be able to vote on 7th December and to allow their own people to vote on their behalf. If it is a policy that all political parties should look for people who are in diaspora, who are sick and will not be able to vote on that day and apply for proxy for them, they should have made it known to all of us. But it is unlawful. The proxy rules state clearly that you, the applicant, the proxy applicant, you should be there in person. You should even be verified that yes, you are qualified to vote in that particular polling station, and then the one that you are applying the proxy for will be there with you to also be verified. But none of this occurred. All the proxy protocols were sidestepped, and you have a long list of proxy that you want to pull to us on surprise. These are the things that have gone on, and we will not allow them to work. And there are a lot of others. For example, they have created strange polling stations. We gave an example of E11033, Akosomo International School, a polling station with only one voter. Is the Electoral Commission going to set up booths for just one person to come and vote at that particular polling station? What is the essence of that polling station? Meanwhile, there's a related polling station, E11032, at the same Akosomo International School with 508 voters. What was the essence of splitting that polling station and just putting one person on that list? Surely for some mischievous purpose. So for us, we are calling on the Electoral Commission to allow for an independent audit. That is the only way that the peace and all that people are calling for can be assured. If we do an audit and it shows that NDC has no case, that is fine. We won't go into the elections. But why would the Electoral Commission be running from an audit if they feel they have not done anything untoward? That is our case. We are embarking on the demonstration tomorrow, on a peaceful demonstration tomorrow. The police have assured us they are going to protect us with about 500 policemen, police officers, and we are grateful to them. Tomorrow we will embark on a peaceful demonstration. Then following that, other actions will follow. Thank you very much.